Testing 1, 2.
Thank you, members, and welcome back to the public. We will now vote on item 10, Asset Management Strategy, Action Plan and Property Updates. We now vote on the recommendations set out on page 90 of the agenda. All those in favour? That's carried unanimously. Thank you.
Yes, please.
There you go.
Excuse to get off from those chairs.
He's in the kitchen.
With the lead pipe. Waiting for quirk.
Well, welcome back to Councillor Russell, who declared an interest earlier in that item. I would now like to reorder the agenda. And is it agreed that we take item 12 before item 11? Agreed. Item 12 is noted. Thank you. And we move on. Item 11 is the Westbury Road disposal. The report begins on page 107 of the agenda. Mrs. Barnes, do you have anything to add?
Thank you, Chair. Following the unwinding of the joint venture, the Council has considered options for the vacant car park site at Westbury Road, which all these options are contained within the report. Out of the options proposed, the recommended option is to dispose of the site on the open market, generating a capital receipt for the Council to fund its priorities within its capital programme. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you. I will move the recommendations as set out on page 108. Do I have a seconder?
I'm happy to second that or reserve my right to speak.
Thank you. Recognising there is a confidential appendix on this item, would any members like to speak outside of reflecting on the confidential appendix in public session? Councillor Kendall.
Thank you, Chair. As a ward member for Brentwood West, in which Westbury Road is situated, obviously studied the report in great detail to look at the options and see obviously what might be best for the residents. I think there is a view from some residents they'd probably like it left as it is at the moment, but that isn't an option because something does need to happen to the site. I think the recommendation, looking at all of the different proposals, the recommendation that's been put forward is the best one, is the most viable one, and I think we hopefully it can be agreed this evening and we move forward and dispose of the site. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Kendall. Councillor Lewis, is it outside the confidential agenda? If it talks about finances, then it's... Right, so I'll come back to you. Councillor Barber, is yours outside the confidential agenda?
No, mine isn't. Mine is, I welcome the recommendation of the report, but I'm just a little bit surprised to see such unanimity across the council chamber, because I do remember when this was discussed and the previous administration was actually proposing to dispose of this site, we were told that the car parking was vital. We're now told it's not necessary, but it's good to see that we now are in agreement on this topic, because that certainly wasn't the case a couple of years ago. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Barber, for welcoming our continuous movement towards consensual positions. I'm sure we all agree on this level of progress, and in turn all recognise that both time and things do change. That said, I know some members would like to talk about some of the other items on it, so if members do members agree that we're going to private session to discuss the financial elements of item 11? Unless anyone does anyone actually want... Oh, Councillor Lewis does. So is it agreed? Agreed.